Welcome to Demystify Magic with Molly and Madison.
I'm Molly, a former skeptic turned full-time energy healer and teacher.
And I'm Madison, a born and raised witch running my family's crystal shop.
And we're here to explore all things woo through the lens of both science and spirituality so that you can find the moments of magic in your everyday life and create an intentional spiritual practice.
So if that's what you're into, find a cozy spot, take a deep breath, and let's demystify some magic.
Howdy doody, friends.
Howdy doody, we are back.
We have been having an unhinged conversation off mic this morning, and I just want to let you know we have not wrapped it up. And so if we go off the rails in a way that is beyond the scope of how we normally go, just know that's for you.
Yeah, can't say we didn't warn you.
Can't say we didn't warn you.
That's my favorite way to record, is where we dedicate the first 15 to 20 minutes to talking about something completely unrelated to anything that we should be doing. And then we realize that it's been 15 to 20 minutes and we both have a busy day. We're like, okay, we gotta go. We gotta do it. We gotta do it. And so we just stop mid-sentence and then we're like, okay, magic.
Now on to magic.
It's going to be a great day.
It's going to be a good. And we're recording 2 episodes today. So the second one is going to be just an absolute unhinged, holy hot mess in the best way.
I apologize in advance.
I don't. This is give the people what they want.
Every time we say oh God, we'll finish an episode of oh, should we re-record that? We take it a little too far. People will be like, oh my God, this is my first episode of your podcast and I'm obsessed. And I'm like, great. Okay.
Great. I love that.
I love positive reinforcement.
I feel like ever since we started an episode with Fuck, Marry, Kill of 2 fictional men and a groundhog.
Yeah.
We can say anything in these episodes.
Truly. There's a level of freedom that we've been given that I fear should be taken away.
Who let me have a microphone, honestly, after that episode?
Right. Sometimes, I will tell people that I have a podcast. It actually was very cute. I was on that bachelorette trip, and every 45 minutes, my friend Brandy would be like, has Madison told you about her podcast? So I really had some exposure therapy to talking about it a few weeks ago. And I feel this need to defend of oh, we're not one of those bad podcasts. I feel this need to be I promise more than 4 people listen, and it's
a cool podcast.
Yeah, we're not a regular podcast, we're a cool podcast. And then I think about Fuck, Marry, Kill, Zayden Resand,
Puxatani Phil.
Whatever the fuck his name is. Phil. And then I'm I can't, what I do here is indefensible.
I know. It makes me really grateful that my family, who are my number one supporters, none of them know how to listen to podcasts, because I fear they would just click on a random episode and I cannot curate the experience for them.
I live in a constant state of fear.
Yeah. Anyways, we're talking about the kitchen today.
We're cooking up something exciting for you.
We're really stirring that cauldron of chaos.
Some would call it stirring the pot.
Stirring the pot. We're spilling the tea. What I really want to know is, have your opinions changed since we did Fuck, Marry, Kill of Zayden Resand, Puxatani Phil?
I can't even remember what I said last time, because it's complicated, because I don't want to participate in animal abuse on any front. So I feel my only choice is to marry Puxatani Phil. Is that how you say it?
I think so.
I'm giving it my best guess. I'll hear about it if I say it wrong, I'm sure. The only choice is to marry him and just give him a good life,
Yeah.
But I don't want
to.
I don't know. I don't remember what I said last time.
I don't either.
Really, what the question here is Zayden or Resand, which is an okay choice, except for you're holding them both over a cliff, and you have to pull one up and have sex with him and leave the other to die. Do you hear how that sounds? Anyways, we can't go back
I just
there.
want to know. Okay, no. You've opened this door.
You opened it. You asked me.
Last week, I gave you a fuck, marry, kill where you were holding Young Gravy and MGK over the cliff, and you chose Young Gravy to pull over the ledge.
Molly has established like an obsession with MGK that is threatening our friendship. Because truly, when I gave my answer to that fuck, marry, kill, maybe we need to start doing what the British do, which is snog or pie. Or there's snog, marry, pie.
I would pie MGK. I feel like that would be fun.
Right?
I feel like Young Gravy would be mad.
I feel like the kill is really what's like truly I answered this fuck, marry, kill, and you would think that I had a gun to the real MGK's head and was about to pull the trigger, the way that Molly was like incensed. Like it was not, I've never seen you like that. We've never had a fight or like a disagreement. And I like actually didn't know what to do. I was like,
I gave you a throwaway. I gave you Young Gravy.
I think he's kind of hot. Ask me what my magic moment is.
What's your magic moment?
I'm done with this conversation.
Tune in the comments, folks. Who would you kill, MGK or Young Gravy?
Listen, who was even also involved in that? Oh, Young
Blood.
I married him. Anyways, my magic moment is that on the other side of my office door, there's a new critter.
New critter unlocked in the coven of critters.
In the critter coven, there is now a puppy. There's a mini Australian shepherd. His name is Percival for long. We picked him up this past Friday, so it's been like 3 days since we've had him, and I
love him.
I'm obsessed. Drew and I have like gone back and forth a lot over like the last, honestly, probably like the last year since we moved in together, of like, now I have a yard, I have like the facilities to care for a dog, and it was like very hard for us to pull the trigger on it because we are so protective of the cats, and like I just won't do anything that negatively impacts their quality of life. Like for the long term, obviously, like they would probably say that going to the vet negatively impacts their quality of life, but
Sure.
So it was like endless research and like lamenting. I think Molly's been listening to me talk about it nonstop for the last 6 months because it's just really dialed up of like, we feel ready. We have the life that like we can give a dog a good life, et cetera, et cetera. And so finally we ended up with Percy, and I'm really, really excited. The cats are, I would say, like cautiously optimistic. We have 1 boy cat and 2 girl cats. 2 out of, actually, I think everyone has given him like a swat, like his,
yeah.
But it's like been with no claws, like clearly just like a boundary setting of like, no, I don't want to play. And he listens. He like doesn't, he just like, he gets it. And I really was like, oh, I would rather you be kind of afraid of the cats than the cats kind of afraid of you, because the cats can't really hurt you, And so he's like, he's learning the boundaries. He is doing pretty well. Like he's just like a happy, sweet little boy. And I'm really, really excited.
He looks like a little piglet.
He is a little piglet. I love him. He's so precious.
Percy the piglet. That's what I call him. I also think it's hysterical that in the same week we released an episode where you went back and forth about getting your life together by adopting a child, a fish, or a dog. You legitimately brought home a dog.
And also, can I say, I have received many messages from people who have had the same unhinged thought about having a baby. I actually got a message from friend and listener Megan, who said, I've had the thought that if I had a kid, maybe I could make friends in a mom group. I was like, okay, so I'm not alone in this feeling, Can confirm Percy has not made me get my shit together.
Yeah. I mean, it's been 3 days, so
I'll keep you guys updated.
Please do.
What's your magic moment this week?
You are going to think this is unhinged given the conversation we just went down.
Oh, God.
But I swear this take the fact that my OCD is currently fixated on MGK completely out of this. It's like a compulsion that I have not experienced since Aaron Carter came back with his album Love in 2018. Okay.
Mhm.
I just want to recognize that, like, I understand I'm on a compulsive binge right now. I'm working on it. But that's not where the magic comes in. The magic comes in because, so I'm going to this event in Cleveland this weekend and part of next week. And part of the event was like my friend Sarah invited me to this like coffee mixer at this coffee shop. And I was like, oh, that sounds fun. Whatever. I'll go to it. Cause I'm really just going to the event for the vibes. It's like a conference, but like I'm there for the vibes. Honestly, it's like we're all like a bunch of us that met in March are going to be there, and it's going to be just fun all around time. I love Cleveland personally. So I'm just like excited to be around people. And I like actually don't care about going to the conference. You know, one of those things.
Yeah.
So I was talking to her, and, you know, I received the invite a couple of weeks ago. It's on my calendar. And I was talking to her the other day, and she was like, yeah, you know, we have this plan to like meet up and talk about a project that we're working on together. And she's like, yeah, if you want to, like after the coffee meetup or whatever, we can just stay at the coffee shop and hang out. And I was like, yeah, love that. She's like, you're gonna love this coffee shop. It's like pink and it's vibey and blah blah blah. And I was like, I'm in. Do they have matcha? I'm in. She's like, yeah. And she was telling me, she was like, yeah, the organizer was like not so sure about like MGK. And so, you know, when I chose this venue, and I was like, did you just say MGK? Did you just say MGK? And she was like, yeah, it's his coffee shop. I was like, MGK has a coffee shop? I'm going to be at MGK's coffee shop. And I was like,
so interesting. That's in Cleveland, of all places.
well, that's his hometown.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. They just had MGK Day.
Of course, you know it.
So this was literally after the fuck, marry, kill conversation. I got off Voxer with you and jumped on this call with Sarah where I had this conversation with her. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, why is the world pointing me towards MGK? Like every direction I look, I'm like, going to his hometown, didn't know that. Going to his coffee shop, didn't know that. Obsessed with his music, didn't know that. So anyways, I feel like I manifested the fact that MGK has a coffee shop. I also have since found out he has a nail polish brand. So if that brand wants to slide into our DMs and sponsor the podcast, I wouldn't be mad about it, is all I'm saying. The magic moment was that came up and I was not expecting it. And it was all in the same day.
I'm not denying the magic of the magic moment. There's just, you know, having the conversation of like, oh, this is a compulsion that like I will probably need to get a handle on at some point. I am treading carefully in my responses. So I'm very happy for you.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. I love you. I love you even when we disagree in Fuck, Marry, Kill. Guys, she's scary.
Eventually you came around to make the right choice.
When? I think you gave me like Hitler or somebody in the Fuck, Marry, Kill. Like you made it impossible. Like you gave
Jeff Bezos.
Oh yes, I think it was Jeff Bezos. Like she just went through finding people like that she found more
Matt
and more
Rife.
of.
It was Matt Rife.
Well, yes. Like obviously I have to sacrifice Matt Rife in that situation, and I'm sorry.
Of course.
I don't want to kill anyone.
But if I had to choose.
Yeah. Sure. I literally she said Matt Rife and I was like, who's next? Osama bin Laden? Like, God. Okay.
Anyways.
Can we talk about the kitchen now?
Yeah, we can.
Thanks.
I'm going to try not to mention MGK for the rest of the episode.
Let's have a counter. Every time Molly mentions MGK, she has to give me $1.
Just while we're recording, right?
No.
This podcast actually is sponsored by me and my compulsion around MGK.
Wait, maybe that's a great exposure therapy tool. Like if you have a compulsion that you can't stop talking about, you have to give me $1 every time you talk to me about it. It's like a swear jar. We can make it a quarter. Or
Okay.
like we have to give $1 to charity.
Okay. Ooh, what is the charity that MGK Day donates
Oh my
to?
God. It can't be MGK related. You can't send MGK the $1. It can't be.
No. It's a charitable event. There's a charity. We'll research that later.
That's for another podcast.
Before we dive into the kitchen, this would be a good time to remind you that I have a book and you can pre-order it.
Yeah, it's kind of the whole reason we're making this 8-part series. If you would like to purchase a copy of Mundane Magic, it comes out on February 17th, 2026.
Woo!
And if you pre-order it from either Spellcrafter or the Healing Hedge Witch, the week of the 17th, you'll get a link to Molly's virtual book tour event that I'll be interviewing her a little bit, and then we will have some questions from the chat. Even if you can't make it live, it's on February 21st at 12 p.m. Eastern. Everyone will get the replay, and you'll also get the book shipped to you as soon as possible. As soon as I'm allowed to ship it, it'll be in the mail.
Yep, we'll put all those links in the show notes. Okay, kitchen, cauldron of creation. So this is a room. It's so interesting to me because, like, I know we talked about the living room as kind of like the heart of the home, but I often actually see the kitchen as more of a heart too. It's like a heart, stomach. It's like all of the essential organs.
Yeah, it is it's a vital organ. I feel like
for sure.
For me, the kitchen is literally the center of my house. Yeah. And it is the place that like when I say, oh, my mental health is reflected in the state of my plants and the state of my home, that starts with the dishes. That starts with a dirty countertop. It's like the first thing to slip. It's the first, like, honestly, it's the first call to myself when I'm doing really well or I'm doing really poorly. Because when I'm doing really well, mentally and physically, and like I have kind of some like semblance of balance going on, I'm running the dishwasher every night, unloading it every morning in like a good flow of keeping things clean, you know? And then when I start missing that is when I am kind of called to be like, oh, hey, where am I struggling mentally? And how is that like making me show up this way?
Yeah, much like laundry, the dishes need constant maintenance and upkeep of like varying levels of degree. It's like, you know, a soft clean of the kitchen you could do every night, but then you have to do kind of a deeper clean eventually. And then you can't just only do deep cleans because then you miss the soft cleans. And it's one of those spaces that like I notice when I wake up in the morning because I make my, you know, morning hot bevy. And I notice that the state of the kitchen affects my mood for the day. Yeah. Like if I wake up and the kitchen is clean, I'm like, today's going to be good. My brain is clear. I'm more focused. I'm able to tackle that to-do list. But like today, my kitchen's a mess. And of course it's like, you know, I'm filming all day. And so I'm like, well, I need to clean my kitchen so I can film in said kitchen. And I was like, I woke up and I was like, what if I just don't? Like, what if I just don't today? And I guarantee you if that kitchen was clean, I would not have felt that way. Yeah. But really, if we think about energetically, this is a room because we use it for like fueling up for our day and connecting to each other. Oftentimes, like we're connecting with family over food and over whether it's the process of cooking or connecting in the kitchen or eating together. All of these things create a space that is directly tied to our motivation, our health, our energy, also our wealth and our abundance. It's like the true heart of the home in terms of, you know, how we nourish ourselves, how we connect with ourselves and others, how we, you know, just like the kitchen needs consistent maintenance and upkeep, so do our relationships and our family, and so do our relationships to ourselves. So it's really this space that when we can start to add magic to it, not only does it make it easier to, you know, maintain that space, but also you start to notice like more magic throughout the other areas of your life, whether it's your relationships or your, you know, motivation of the day, your creativity. I find like creativity and the kitchen go hand in hand for me often as well. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, especially like cooking is such an avenue to creativity. You know, I feel like that's kind of like a very recent development for me of seeing the kitchen as like that avenue to be creative. I tend to see creativity in like a very narrow way for myself of like, oh, if I'm not writing or coloring or whatever it is, you know, like, or doing things, like I consider what I do at the store to be very creative. Like I don't tie that to a lot of things at home. And I have recently been doing that with cooking, and it's been like a cool kitchen witchy way to
to connect to that. And it's, you know, like a low stakes creativity.
Yeah. And I am someone that I do not see cooking as creative because I hate cooking.
Yeah.
I hate it. The entire process. Like, I don't even enjoy the end result of cooking. Like, I'm someone that, like, if I could just like survive off of like, what do fishes do? They like eat through their gills. Like, they just metabolize the food in the water.
Really?
Well, I mean, not all of them, but like some of them.
Really?
They just, you know that episode of SpongeBob where he's like,
yeah,
he's like, yeah, absorbing the nutrients from the water. Like, if I could do that, that is my dream. I'm so sorry for anyone listening to this podcast with headphones on.
That was a choice, a strong choice you made
on this audio medium.
Yeah, and you know what? I respect a risk.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I just like don't enjoy the process of consuming food or
Really?
making food or cleaning food.
Oh,
yeah.
The cleaning the kitchen, that's my main that's like the barrier to entry for me, is that like I love the idea of cooking. I follow Wishbone Kitchen on TikTok. She's like one of my favorite. I love
Wishbone Kitchen.
I love to watch someone cook an intricate meal.
I love to watch someone cook any meal. Not me.
If I won the lottery, I would not say, but there would be signs, and it would be Wishbone Kitchen in my house cooking my food. But it is the cleaning of the kitchen where I'm like, ugh, but I love to eat.
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't know this about you.
I go back and forth with it. I'm like, you know, there's certain foods, you know, like we've talked about pad thai, where it's like, I love pad thai, but like, if given the choice between like never having to eat and a bowl of pad thai and all of the process that goes into like getting that bowl in my hands to consuming it in my mouth, I would choose like never eating. And not, I want to make it very clear. This is not like a disordered process. This is not like I don't consume food, because I do. This is just like, I just find it so tedious.
She's not a foodie.
I'm not a foodie.
That's really interesting to me.
I come from a family of foodies. My mom's license plate is literally foodie.
I have been sending you, so we're going to Chicago in a few weeks, and I've been sending Molly TikToks of places I want to go, like foods I want to eat in Chicago. And I did take note that you are not matching my level of excitement.
I mean, okay, I'm more likely to get excited about a restaurant than I am about like cooking a meal, you know,
okay.
like because it's less of a to-do for me. Yeah. I just show up and I yap, and then someone puts food in front of me, and then someone takes the empty plate away. Great. I love that. If I could DoorDash every meal and like still afford my mortgage, I would.
Yeah. That's okay. You know what? You're allowed.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I'm not like a beverage girly though. My fridge is 75% beverages.
That's really funny.
Like, genuinely, we have a garage fridge that is just beverages.
I love a beverage fridge. My house has a wine fridge in it, and we left it unplugged for the first like 9-10 months we lived here. And very recently, we have made it a sody fridge.
Sody pop.
The best thing that ever happened to me. I have Ollipops in there. I have Diet Coke in there. Drew has like recently gotten into Mountain Dew. That's the Baja Blast flavor.
Oh, okay.
The Baja Blast flavor.
Yeah. I support that.
Quite good. So we have that. We keep our little protein shakes in there. A Celsius. It's the best.
Yeah. I'm on this kick to find like sodas that don't make my teeth feel fuzzy after I drink them.
That's fair.
And so I have like all of anytime I see a soda that's like healthier soda, I buy every flavor, and then I just put them in my beverage fridge, and then I rotate them through.
That's so fun. I need mundane magic for the beverage fridge. Color magic in your soda can.
Color magic or what I do is like when I have say I have a soda pop and it's a grape flavor. I always associate grape with self-love and abundance. And so I will just like when I'm cracking it, I'm like, this is for self-love and abundance. And then you glug it and you set that intention.
I'm obsessed right now with the crisp apple Olipop.
Oh, yeah.
It's the best flavor. It doesn't taste like fake sweet. It like tastes like apple juice that's carbonated. It's the best Olipop. If you want to slide into my DMs, I'm all in. Send me some crisp apple. I'll kiss you on the mouth. It's this yellow can, and I associate apples with this, like, with the idea of like new growth. I think it's like a fertility thing and like newness, you know. I always feel weird to say fertility because that feels like very
fertility of ideas.
Yes.
Yeah.
I see it very much that way, and especially with the yellow, I see it as like a creative thing where I'm like, okay, I'll drink it before I like sit down. Like I'll crack one open to sit down to write, or crack one open when I'm working on something for the store. Sometimes I'll bring them. If you come to a class at Spellcrafter, there's like a 75% chance that I have a crisp apple Olipop with me.
Yeah. Or even if it's not directly tied to the flavor of it, I will draw sigils on the condensation.
Yeah. Or like you can just straight up Pavlov yourself, you know, like, oh, totally. I have this when I do this, and then it, you know, gets you into that brain space.
That just reminded me, for the first like 3 years that I taught Reiki training, every time I did a coaching call, I would drink a vanilla Coke. Because I grew up loving vanilla Coke, and I like discovered that you can still buy it like right before one of the coaching calls, but it has so much caffeine in it. I can't drink it in the afternoon. Yeah. But it feels weird to drink it first thing in the morning. Yeah. So it was like,
there is something about drinking a soda in the morning. Like I even feel weird when I drink an energy drink instead of like a coffee. You know, I'm like, I shouldn't have something carbonated right now. Like this is the time for a still beverage.
Yeah, it just feels like, I don't know, for me, like that level of like sugar and caffeine, I need to be doing something that really requires like pep rally level energy. And so I had a 12 pack, and it took me like a year to go through them because I only drank them on coaching call days because they were at like 10 a.m. And so now every time, the other day I did a coaching call and I was like, God, I really could go for a diet, a Coke vanilla right now.
I love a flavored Coke.
Oh, so good. Anyways, back to the kitchen.
Listen, beverage fridge is a part of the kitchen, and I'll stand by that. Totally, even if it's in your garage, it's just a mini kitchen.
Hundo P. Anything you're consuming is part of the magic. And and honestly, this wasn't even a tangent. This was on our outline of, you know, doing spells with your drinks, whether it's a sody pop, a tea, a coffee, a mocktail, cocktail, whatever you're drinking, orange soda, orange juice, like
appy juice.
Yeah. Find the intentions behind, you know, whatever flavors you're consuming on a regular basis, and hold that intention in your awareness while you're consuming it, and Pavlov yourself to create that magic for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Especially if it's something that you consume every day around the same time of day. Like your morning coffee is really, like, I know we talk about it so much, but it is the perfect time to incorporate ritual, because it already is like a ritualistic moment in your day. If you in your routine every morning, get up, brush your teeth, go to the bathroom, go to the kitchen, make your coffee, like, even if it's not a witchcraft ritual, like that is a ritual in itself, because it's something that you're doing habitually. And so it's just so easy to bring intention into those moments because you already have the foundation laid.
Yeah, Hundo P. I have been on a matcha kick lately. I don't mean to panic anyone, but I've had coffee every morning since I was like 14 years old until about 2 weeks ago when I started drinking matcha every morning.
It's so good.
It's so good, but it's really the ritual element of it that I think I love the most about it, because like I've got the whole setup, you know, like I've got the sifter, I got a milk frother that also heats the milk now. I've got, you know, the matcha bowl, the matcha whisk, all of that. And so like every step of that feels like a really intentional ritual. Like I take my time with it. Like I don't rush through it. And then when I'm whisking the matcha, I'm like whisking affirmations into it. Like I do a combination of the Reiki principles and the loving kindness practice. And it's just like this beautiful start to my day. I don't know. It just like feels really magical in a way that coffee, I think because the coffee had become such a routine for me, the magic was like, okay, stir my creamer, stir my sigil, and then I completely forget, you know, like it. And so I think just the element of like switching it up and adding that extra time in to really slow down and like sit with the magic of it has made that practice so grounding for me. And I have noticed like I'm less frenzied at the start of my day. You know, like I'm taking the day slower after I do that.
For sure. I think that's like, I love watching people too on TikTok who have very complicated coffee setups. I would imagine it's the same thing if you're the kind of person that like grinds the beans individually for each cup, weighs it, you know, like does if you do like a pour over or a French press, like that you can kind of achieve the same thing. I just love matcha.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Really obsessed with it. Our mantra for the kitchen is, may every stir, chop, and simmer nourish both body and magic.
Love. Beautiful.
Love. Some really quick ways that we're going to talk about shifting the energy in the space. I think physical cleaning in the kitchen is always number one for me in terms of shifting the energy in the space. We're also going to talk about simmer pots, of course. You knew that was coming. Mm-hmm. And I also think, too, just like seeing everything you create in the kitchen as the potential for a magic spell, whether it's, you know, like we talked about drinks, but also foods, or even consuming like takeout, you know, like this cheese pizza has cheese. It's for transformation. This is my transformation from this to this, you know, like that is how I see all food and all bevies at this point. And it really does add this moment of like, oh yeah, I am a witch to, you know, that part of the day.
Yeah, totally. And the kitchen is actually also like a really perfect place to work with the spirit of your house because it's the easiest place to leave an offering. You know, like if you're making dinner and you have, you know, this happens to me all the time where I make what I think is one serving and then I get it and I'm like, oh, this is like a serving and a half or like a serving and a tenth, you know, when I have like 2 bites left and I'm like, ugh, I don't want to throw this away. But I also like, this is not worth putting in a Tupperware.
Yeah.
That's an excellent offering for the spirit of your house. Making just a little bit extra, giving them their own bowl, letting it sit on your counter or like, you know, wherever your pets can't get to it, and saying like, hey, this is for you. Thank you for making this a warm and cozy place. Thank you for being my safe place. That's an amazing way to like build that relationship with the spirit of your house. You can also do it with water. I say this to people all the time talking about ancestor altars. Water is the easiest offering and it's so appreciated. And so just I have like a little glass that I thrifted, like a cutie little glass that I will fill with water. And then as it evaporates, I'll just refill it, you know, and say, house spirit, this is for you. Thank you for whatever it is. And, you know, like showing gratitude for a multitude of different things. Thank you for keeping me safe. Thank you for keeping me warm. Thank you for holding in the cold air of my AC, whatever it is that you're feeling most grateful for in that moment, you know. The kitchen is like an excellent place to build that relationship because you will spend a lot of time there. You know, something that you can do even as you're cooking is like talk to the spirit of your house as like, you know, as those smells are filling the home, like you are giving to the house in the same way that the house is giving to you by living in it and showing it your warmth as well.
I love that. I
just love the kitchen for magic.
Yeah, kitchen magic is definitely like, if you had to pigeonhole me into like one form of magic, kitchen magic is going to be where I live.
Yeah, same probably.
Yeah. Fuck, marry, kill, kitchen magic.
Oh my God.
Glamour magic, abundance magic.
I thought you were going to put MGK in there. Okay.
You owe me $1.
No, it's not my hyperfixation. It's not my compulsion. We just hand the same $1 back and forth to one another.
Who's compulsing now?
Yeah, I catch it from you. You said kitchen magic, glamour magic, abundance magic. I think I would fuck abundance magic, marry kitchen magic, and I would have to kill glamour magic just because it's what I do the least.
Me too. Wait, me too.
Wow. Am I back in your good graces?
Let's see. Okay, if MGK was in that list instead
hand it
of
over.
Glamour magic.
Hand it over.
Instead of glamour magic.
Why would I give up a part of my practice for this man?
You would let him die?
This is a fictional scenario.
In this fictional scenario.
Kill really stands for I like the least.
No, it stands for kill. I didn't say pie. I said kill. I'm
not
holding.
This is so many dollars to Planned Parenthood right now. So many dollars.
Holding an abundance candle and MGK over a cliff. Which one are you saving?
I'm not participating in your compulsion, and I think that this is $10 for Planned Parenthood.
Fine. I'll make the donation after the episode.
I really like this method. I can't wait for me to become hyperfixated on something so I can have a role. Okay. Tell me about the planet you've assigned to the kitchen.
Mars. Motivation, fire, action, element, very fiery. Like I was thinking of, just like the physical element of fire is what transforms so much of our food and like beverages. Like think about coffee, heating up the water, or matcha heating up the water, tea heating up the water. Like heat is such a direct element. Even when you're doing dishes, it's like you want to do it with hot water. Or like when you sit down at the table to eat and you're like doing a big fancy meal, you have candles. Mm-hmm. And so it just felt like fire was this natural tie-in. And especially because I so often see fire as connected to transformation. And I think that's what the kitchen really offers our home, is this opportunity. Like if you think about, if we want to make a change in our health, what is the first thing that we look at is like the food in our fridge. Yeah. Or if I want to change, if I want to make a change in how I'm sleeping at night, I'm going to look at what I'm eating before bed. Mm-hmm. If I want more energy in the day, I'm going to look at what I'm eating. If I'm planning to run a half marathon with my bestie who has a podcast with me in a couple months, I'm looking at like, how am I going to fuel that? How I'm going to transform, just basically like building blocks of nutrients into fuel and energy. And I think the fire element so perfectly ties into that.
Yeah, I think about it too. Like even imagine, like I love watching those TikToks. This is a very TikTok heavy episode for me. I'm sorry. But where people will stick the like a camera in their oven and you watch like the chemical process, like with a croissant baking,
Oh my God. I could watch those all day.
Heat and fire literally can transform, like it causes like a chemical reaction in these things. Mm-hmm. And so that really can like symbolize the complete alchemical transformation that we are capable of.
Yeah, I also think when we think about heat in the kitchen, we also can be reminded that our journey is unique because we are. Like, what's that classic saying? Hot water can soften a potato but harden an egg. Mm-hmm. And so we can have all the same tools at our disposal in terms of our daily rituals and our magical practices, but our journeys are still going to be unique to us. They're going to take their own time. Just like you wouldn't bake I don't know how to cook. You wouldn't bake a lasagna at the same rate that you bake a potato, would you? I'm not sure. I don't know how long to cook those. You wouldn't boil macaroni and cheese for the same length of time you make Easy Mac in the microwave. Mm-hmm. And so your journey is going to take the time that it's meant to take and the tools it's going to need to take.
Mm-hmm. You won't cook spaghetti at the same time you cook rigatoni.
Really?
I think. I mean, all pasta shapes have different times.
Really?
Honestly, count on me to choose the two shapes that take the same amount of time.
Rigatoni versus spaghetti.
This is definitely worth Googling.
Time to cook. Spaghetti is 8 to 10 minutes. Rigatoni is 11 to 13.
So there we go.
You were right on. I'm not even sure what rigatoni is.
Love a rigatoni.
Is that the one with the striations? Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good shape.
It's the tube shape with the striations that you often see with like a penne. No, that's penne. Penne's got like the severed sides, so it's got a little bit more of like a pointy edge, but it's kind of a similar shape.
Welcome to our podcast about pasta. I just like anything that I can stick my little fork through.
Okay. All right.
Oh, God.
Hold
Here
on.
we go.
Brain blast. You could assign different intentions to your pasta based on the shape. So rigatoni, because it has that wide open hole, it's like a road opener spell. Mm-hmm. Versus spaghetti, maybe it's like a binding spell.
No, I'm not laughing because I disagree. I'm laughing because I'm looking at the full spectrum of my life to see how we got here.
Hey, once we did barbecue smells, I feel like pasta smells are right there.
No, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. You're not wrong.
What do you think a bow tie smell would be?
Ooh, that's glamour magic, I feel.
I was going to say the same thing. Yeah, that's
Amazing.
like a black tie affair.
Right?
It's like
Exactly.
a tuxedo. Wait, okay. All right. Elbow magic on 3. Elbow posture. Ready? 1, 2,
I don't, wait,
3.
hold on, I need longer. Hold
Okay.
on. Oh God, give me like 10.
Okay. You
Okay.
ready?
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3. Inner child
Creativity.
healing.
Oh, interesting.
Ooh.
I was thinking like you put some elbow grease into it, you know?
Ooh, I was thinking because the classic mac and cheese, like Kraft mac and cheese, is the elbow shape.
What would you do for what's a shell?
Okay. All right. You ready?
Okay.
You ready? 1, 2, 3. Emotional
Confidence.
Resilience.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I was thinking like coming out of your shell.
I was thinking of it like tying it to the water element in the ocean.
Oh, okay. See, there's a million different directions you could go in.
Let us know your favorite pasta shape and what intention you're assigning to that shape.
I'm obsessed with this.
I love it.
Okay. As you can see, with how creative we are in this moment, the chakra that we've assigned to the kitchen is the solar plexus, which is your creativity powerhouse.
Yeah, one of them. But it's also like the home of willpower and manifestation, like literally like creating things into the world. But it's also like digestion, both digesting your experiences and like physical digestion, because it's tied to like the organs of the stomach and all those other pieces that help you move food in and out of your body.
Yeah, I think I see like the solar plexus as it's like what I associate more with creativity rather than the sacral, even though I know that that's like the same thing, that like, because it's about bringing it into the physical.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I don't struggle as much with like the passion and the ideas and the excitement. I feel like I have to focus so much more on the solar plexus for creativity because it's about the physical manifestation of the thing, of like the actual making of the thing. And so I've associated that so hard with creativity for me. Yeah. Because I'm like, okay, how do I get this from brain to paper with my solar plexus?
Oh, yeah. It's like, it's so deeply tied to confidence too. And I think like so much of art, if we think of just like art in general as a creative process, I once heard that art is not fully created until it's consumed by someone else. And in order to do that is like takes a sheer act of bravery. So I think like when we look at the creative process, it's so tied to like sacral and solar plexus. Like they're inexplicably. Am I okay?
I don't know what word you're trying to say.
Inexplicably.
Inexplicitly.
Linked. Yeah.
There you go. You're doing great.
We're leaving that in. And in terms of crystals to keep in this space, some of my favorites for like working with the solar plexus, working with fire, working with that transformation energy is citrine, which is so often used for abundance, manifestation, joy, but also like creating warmth. Carnelian, which is great for creativity, vitality, but also appetite, like an appetite for life or food, like a zest for life.
I didn't know that. That's really interesting.
Yeah, that's so often like I went back and forth about tying solar plexus and sacral with the kitchen because sacral is so often tied to like our zest for life, our appetite for life. And so I like carnelian for both of those energy centers. But yeah, like if we think about, having a low appetite, oftentimes, if you have a low appetite, you're eating less, you have less energy, you have less motivation, you feel really foggy, you feel disconnected from life. And vice versa, when you feel really disconnected from life, when you feel like, you've kind of lost that spark, you don't really feel motivated to eat. And so they go hand in hand. And then another one I love is moss agate for growth, nourishment, and also like bringing the element of the earth into your food prep. So just having that in your space or having like a plant in your space in the kitchen, whether it's like herbs or just like, a regular house plant, I think can be a really powerful way to keep the energy clear in there.
For sure.
So if you have been following along on our Patreon, we have a cute little mundane magic chore list that helps you align your chores with the energy of the week. And I think for kitchen, one of 2 days could be a really powerful day. Ultimately, like I feel like every day I have to clean my fucking kitchen. But when it comes to, aligning with that fire energy, Tuesdays, Mars days.
Mm-hmm.
So really activating that fire. Maybe that's the day you deep clean your kitchen or the day that you do your meal prep. And then I also really like Saturdays because Saturn is so tied to boundaries and like consistency. So I like that day for like grocery shopping, like planning what you're going to eat, maybe like decluttering your mug collection, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and I love it too, the idea of like holding boundaries with yourself. For like, that's a great day, I would imagine, for like implementing new habits,
Yes.
like creating structure for yourself that like kind of like eating your vegetables, like here are the things that I know need to happen that I maybe don't love doing.
Washing your water bottle.
Yeah, but I'm like maintaining that boundary with myself that I know I have to take care of myself in my space.
Yeah, I like that a lot. We had a bunch of people ask us for like feng shui advice, which neither of us are feng shui experts, but I will tell you one piece of feng shui that came out of my like research of the energy of the kitchen of writing this book, and it had to do with the stove and the oven in general is so often tied with abundance energetically in feng shui. And so one of the recommendations, if you feel like you have a blockage in your abundance, your prosperity, you're kind of in a financial place where you want to welcome more money in, is to deep clean your stove, deep clean your oven, and then use a different burner than you normally use.
That's so interesting.
For cooking. Because like the rationale that I kind of came to when I was reading all these different things was if we use the same burner all the time, which I'm guilty of, unless it's dirty, then I'll use a different one. But ever since I learned this, now I rotate, is when we use that same burner over and over and over, it's like exhausting. Like imagine if you were only pulling abundance from one place, like you hit a limit. If you were only bringing abundance in through your job, like there's a cap on that. But when you start to use different burners, then you're saying to the energy of your space, like I am open to receiving abundance in different avenues and in different ways that might be unexpected. And so it's like that way of sort of like shifting your routine and opening yourself up to like, maybe I get a random check in the mail, or maybe I find $10 on the ground, or maybe I, get a scratch off and win $2 or whatever the case may be. Like, yeah. But I just thought that was a really fun nugget to share.
That's really interesting. I love that. I'm going to implement that.
You should. Some mundane magic ritual examples. We've given a few of them, but a couple of them that I want to talk about specifically from the book. One of them is grocery shopping. And this is one of those that I forgot I wrote this. And then when I was going back through and doing my final edits, I was like, that is good. That is a good idea. Like every once in a while, I have one of those where I'm like, damn, this is a good book. And this is one of them.
Who wrote this?
Can
thing?
I say that?
Thank her.
Can I say that? Am I allowed to say that? This is one of my proudest. And so I really love grocery shopping as an opportunity to strengthen your intuition. Because so often, and I talk about this all the time, but so often we think we can only use our intuition for like big life altering things like, should I take this job? Should I marry this person? Should I, what should I do with my life? These big questions that then when we get answers, we don't trust our intuition. We're like, I don't know. Should I go that way or not? Of course, you're not going to trust it, because imagine you have a friend that you don't talk to at all, knows nothing about you. And then you go to them and you say like, hey, should I marry this person? They could give you the most sage advice and wisdom, and you would be like, I'm going to ask my bestie who I send unhinged voice memos about like fuck, marry, kill to.
Yeah.
And it's, I like to treat intuition the same way. Like let your intuition guide you on the mundane everyday tasks so that you build that trust and that relationship for when you need it in the bigger things. And so like I'm constantly using my intuition for what do I want to eat today? Which tea do I want to drink today, right? Like the kitchen is such a brilliant place to do this, but I love doing it for grocery shopping because in the book, I made you a chart on all the different clair senses, how they show up in your intuition, but how they show up in the grocery store. So let me divulge you. Clairvoyance, right? We've talked about this before. Clear seeing. So often that shows up in visually in dreams or meditation. You might see an image, a color, or a shape. At the grocery store, you might find yourself dreaming about a food, visualizing the food you want, or being drawn to a certain color of packaging, being drawn to a certain display. I think that's like such a cool way to start to tap into your clairvoyance. Clairsentience, right? Clear feeling. This can show up as sensation or emotion you experience as physical sensations in your body, or you experience as like an emotion in your body. But at the grocery store, maybe your stomach gurgles when you think about a food, or you feel excited in your body when you consider a recipe. So I think it's like one of those practices that when you get into the habit of really letting your intuition guide you in the grocery store, then you start to develop this like really honed relationship with your intuition outside of the grocery store. We talked about coffee and tea spells. That's a great one. I love using the dishes as a time to do meditation. We've talked about it in the last couple of episodes, but I do have the 3-pack of Mundane magic meditations that are free to download, and the dishwashing one is great. It's a fantastic way to ground your energy, to clear your energy, and to get those dishes done. And it takes, I think the dishes is so interesting because I always think it's going to take me like an hour. And then usually I can get through them in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And so that's how long the meditation is. If you want to try it, we'll leave the link in the description of this episode.
My magic with the dishes has been allowing myself to use the dishwasher.
I love that for you.
I didn't grow up ever using the dishwasher. Like my parents don't use a dishwasher really.
Can't relate. Cannot relate.
So I didn't have a dishwasher until I went to college. My first apartment.
You know what I've been seeing a lot on TikTok is like fancy kitchens with 2 dishwashers. And now I have a new dream.
Why?
Because the thing, well, I don't know, but the thing I hate about the dishwasher is unloading the dishwasher. And so what happens is I load the dishes. I feel so proud of myself. My kitchen is clean, and then they get washed, and then I procrastinate putting them away. So then the dishes pile up, and then I can't even enjoy. So I'm like, if I had 2 dishwashers, it's kind of like if you adopt a kid, you'd get your life together. If I had 2 dishwashers, my kitchen would be clean 24/7.
I love that you know me so well that you know that even if I decided to have a child to get my life together, I would not be birthing a child. For some context, I'm terrified of the concept of birth. Moving on. Taking
out the trash. This is my favorite practice for initiating a ritual for connecting with your spirit guides.
Okay.
Have we talked about this?
No.
Okay. So imagine you were inviting your parents, your in-laws, some important older motherly, fatherly figure in your life over. What's the first thing you're going to do to prepare?
Take out the trash.
What's the first thing that you are going to feel like insecure about if you walk in your house and there's a stank?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know about you, but I'm like always afraid I'm nose blind to my house.
Oh, same.
You're not, because you have a super smeller.
Well, yeah, that is true. I do have like a walking, talking super smeller with me all the time to tell me if something stinks. It is really helpful with a puppy because he'll walk into the house and be like, he pooped somewhere. It's amazing. But because I do not, it's like made me more insecure, which I think is why my house smells so good. You said something about it the other day, and then my friends Nick and Peyton came over, and they both walked in and said, "Oh, we love coming here because it smells so good." I was like, Thank you. We put a lot of work into it. I've got a fucking super smeller to keep happy. I'm nose blind and deaf to sneezes, as we learned.
Anyways, so I like to think of taking the trash as less about taking the trash out and more about like, okay, I am actually going to do a ritual to connect with my guides. First step of that ritual is taking the stinky trash out.
Mm-hmm. Making it, you got to get ready for guests.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Yeah.
As a chronic ignorer of trash.
I remember like writing that in my book and my editor was like, is that something someone would actually want to do? Like that feels like adding more steps. And I was like, yes, like sometimes we need that motivation of like thinking someone's coming over to clean our house.
Yes.
Like, I don't know about you, but my house is never cleaner than like when my mom visits.
Oh, yeah.
And so if I think my guides, like my grandmothers, are coming to visit from the spirit realm, I'm not just taking that trash out. I'm wiping that can down.
Oh, yeah. If I think my ancestors are coming over, I'm the first unmarried homeowner in my family line.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like maybe that's not true. My mom definitely, but she was older.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like I've got to live up to the hard work that they put in for me.
Yeah, I know. I'm taking that trash out. And so, you know, I give myself that little treat of like, okay, I take the trash out. Maybe I pour a little glass of water, bring it to my altar. And then I'm like, I'm going to have a sit. I'm going to have a sit and I'm going to journal or I'm going to, you know, meditate and hang out with my guides because that was a lot of work taking that trash out.
I'm going to open myself up now that, you know, I have the space for it, literally. That's so cool. Yes. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's literally like the number one thing that has tricked me into actually taking the trash out.
I love it.
I would rather avoid my kitchen and just, if it stinks, I'm like, I'll be upstairs all day. I'll wait until Justin comes home.
That is Drew's job in the house. Is he always takes the trash out. He takes the trash and I take like the boxes. You know? Yeah. So maybe that'll inspire me to be a better, more equal partner in that.
I feel like that's equality.
Right?
Yeah.
Because sometimes there's so many.
I have a lot of fucking boxes. And then he helps. Yeah.
And then we do it together and we have equality in the boxes and not in the trash.
You know, I think there's equality in different ways. Like,
right.
You know? Okay. So some deep magic examples, things you can do full moon, new moon, or on the solstice or equinox. Full moon, dust the top of your fridge.
No, don't make me. I've never done that, I don't think.
It's not going to be as bad as you think it is.
I know, you're right. But God, like, just don't make me aware of a new area, you know? Like,
I know. But where there's dust, there's stagnant energy. And where there's stagnant energy, if we think about the home, right? Like that ability to communicate, that flow of abundance, right? Like, do you want that stagnating?
We've got to secure the energy of the beverages.
Yes.
We can't let it get infected with the stagnant.
I'm not telling you to pull the fridge out and vacuum behind it. I'm just saying take a swifter to the top.
Oh, I don't care what you say energetically is happening in my house. It's staying right where it is. I don't give a fuck. Yeah.
It's just like the back of my hair is none of my business. The back of my fridge is none of my business.
Exactly.
I remember, okay, when we moved into this house in November, I swear this is going to be the last tangent and it has nothing to do with you know who. When we moved into this house last November.
I'd like to take it to the jury. Does referencing MGK as you know who constitute $1? Let us know.
You just said his name. You owe me $1.
Not my compulsion.
We're both donating $10 to Planned Parenthood after this. Not my compulsion, not my problem, new merch.
Mm-hmm. But it's just one and it's for me and I only wear it when I'm with you.
But anyways, when we moved into this house, every one of our appliances died within the first month.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
The stove started it, so we had to pull the stove out. And I was like, what is underneath this? So gross. And then the fridge died and I was like, oh, this is even worse. And then the dishwasher, the washer and the dryer. And I was like, I can't anymore. So now I feel like I've cleaned and scrubbed underneath all of them. I don't need to do it again for the time that I live in this home.
Yeah.
I've been there, done that. I used the Florida water, so I cleansed it really well. Mop some sigils in there.
Can I give a tangent about the stove?
Please.
So I guess it was 2022. I was living in New York City, and I have a really good friend who used to be my boss, actually, who lives in Boston. And she asked me because I was like just starting to, like, the store was just kind of starting to like be a thing that we were working on. So I was working from home, like helping mom with visuals and website stuff, whatever, like, you know, working from home full time in a 500 square foot apartment in New York City. Mm-hmm. Well, that I shared with two of my best friends.
Oh, fun.
So it was 3 of us in 500 square feet, sitting at a desk that was crammed next to my bed, that was crammed next to the radiator. It was not good. But besides the fact, she asked, her family's from Alaska. She was going for her brother's wedding. It doesn't make sense for her to travel there unless she's going for like a long time. So she asked if I would come like live in her apartment for 2 weeks, take care of her animals, and, you know, whatever. Like,
hell yeah.
She paid me in like the food in her fridge, you know? She was like, whatever. So I went to Salem for the day and got. Have I never told you this story?
No, I have no idea what you're going to say.
So I loved Salem, but this was like, I didn't know anything about like what things should cost, right? Like I didn't know what stones should cost, what readings should cost. Like I didn't have the breadth of knowledge that I do now. We like hadn't been on a buying trip yet.
Yeah.
And so I think I paid like $70 for a selenite stick that I do still have. It's like polished. It's wild. I'll show it to you later. But I got one of those readings that I thought I was getting an aura photograph, like the cool Polaroid pictures. It was not that. It was like you put your hand on. It was a computer program thing that I am not super trusting of those because it just feels so easy for it to be like automatically generated, you know?
Yeah.
It was one of those, and I just didn't. I was younger than I am now. I was like, what, 24, 25? No. It feels like it was longer ago than 2022. Whatever. Regardless. Maybe 2021. But it gave me like this 4-page printout from this thing that I put my hand on about my aura. Mm-hmm. And then I had like a 15-minute reading that was, you know, whatever. I can't even remember the name of the shop. No shade, no hate. It's expensive out there.
I'm waiting to see how this ties into the fucking stove.
Trust me. It's wild. So I go to Salem. I get this thing. I've taken a 2-hour train ride to get to Salem. Yeah. I have my hand out. I'm like, okay, this is not what I expected or anticipated, but like trying to remain positive because I'm very excited about this solo trip. I am also someone who gets a lot of anxiety doing things on my own, like big things, especially like travel. Not so much with flights, but like driving and like especially like I've never taken a train before. So I'm like very anxious, whatever. I don't speak up. I get the reading. I take it home. I was like, I'll just read this at home, like anxious to get on the train. I didn't want to like, you know, wait all day.
Yeah.
I get back to my friend's apartment and I'm like with her dog, whatever, hanging out. And I can't even explain to you how it happened. I drop the paper, but somehow instead of falling to the ground, it creates an arch shape and flies behind their oven.
What?
Yeah. In a way that I was like, oh, clearly that was horseshit.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to have that.
Did you get it?
No. I text my friend about it. I'm like, the craziest thing just happened. I explained the whole story, whatever. She gets home. Her and her partner get the stove out because they're so curious about what could possibly be in it. And so I like to imagine that that's how I got them to clean behind their oven.
What did it say?
I don't remember. It was very like surface level. Like it was giving, in my opinion, like newspaper horoscope, where it's just vague enough that it can apply to anyone or anything, you know. Mm-hmm. But it was so wild. Also, there was a ghost dog in that apartment, but it's for another podcast.
Yeah. Wow, what a journey we just went on together.
Yeah, you're welcome.
New moon rituals for the kitchen. This is when you organize your fridge. This is when you go through the condiments and look at the ones that expired, pitch them.
Yeah.
Maybe do a wipe of the fridge.
Maybe.
On the new moon. Maybe. But like make that energetic space for the newness you're going to bring in. So I like to do this before I go grocery shopping. Actually, if I'm being honest with you, I go grocery shopping and then I do this before I put my groceries away because then I'm on the clock. Then I'm like, okay, I got ice cream. I gotta move fast.
That's so
and
smart.
that motivates me. Yeah. And then I put the groceries away. So Justin deals with like composting the old leftovers and like taking the trash out. And so it's like a double whammy. So we both have jobs to do. And then he gets sucked into doing the dishes because it takes me longer to wipe everything. And so I don't have to do the dishes. So it works out really well. But yeah, organizing the fridge. And then for your solstice equinox rituals, this is when I would go through your spice drawer, your pantry, your dry goods, your beverage fridge. You know, what are the things that you're not using? Can you rotate them out? What are the things that are expiring soon? Can you make a plan to use them up? For spices, whenever I'm going through my spices, I'm taking the empty spice jars and putting them in my collection of containers to make spell jars out of, which is really just a bag of trash, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
But I make a promise with myself that if I haven't used the containers by the time I go through them again and get more containers, I have to throw them out. So it motivates me to make spell jars. You could also, if you have new spices or if you've never done this before, go through and write the magical intentions either on the actual spice bottle itself or make yourself like a little grimoire to keep in your kitchen of the things that you use commonly. So if you have a favorite tea blend, looking at the ingredients of it, looking up the magical properties. It's one of the reasons why I put like a really extensive appendix in the back of Mundane Magic so that you'd have like a one-stop shop, but making that little almost like spell book for yourself so that you can start to learn the magical properties of the things that you use all the time so that you can make it easier to like, you know, just automatically fire off like, okay, I'm picking this soda up for this, or I'm making this for this, or whatever, adding a little bit of salt for this, whatever the case may be. I would do that on the solstice equinox because I feel like you don't have to do that as often with the spices and the pantry, the dry goods.
Yeah, totally.
Freezer too, maybe.
Yeah, love that. Oh, my freezer is like it's a terrifying space in my house.
Yeah.
You want to talk about stagnant energy? Imagine the drawers of the bottom drawer of your freezer. Who knows what's in there?
Dude, my freezer is just one big drawer.
What do you mean?
Like you just pull it out. I have fridge on top of freezer. You have a side by side.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine what's in the bottom though. Like my bottom drawer, it's probably like 4 half open bags of peas. Like, you know, where I think, I'm out of this, so I have to buy another one.
Yeah.
And then I end up with 6 half used.
Okay, last aside, I promise. I went to Costco a couple weeks ago. And as I've mentioned, I have a garage fridge because the fridge that like we got with the house, it was like kind of working, not really working. So we're like, we'll just put it in the garage until it dies. And then it magically started working again. So now we have 2 fridges. And because of that, I also have a neurotypical husband who does not understand that if I can't see something, I will not know to eat it. I will not look in the garage fridge for the frozen vegetables.
No,
so we go to Costco.
That's not where frozen vegetables go.
Thank you. Right?
If it's a beverage fridge, it's for beverages.
I know.
It's not the beverage and vegetable fridge. Sorry.
I know. You don't have to tell me twice. So we go to Costco. I say, ooh, sheet pan vegetables. Those sound good. I'm going to get a big bag. He's like, we have a bag of those. I was like, no, we don't. I was just in the freezer. He's like, in the outside freezer. I was like, no, we don't. Why would I put sheet pan vegetables in the outside freezer? That doesn't make sense. He's like, no, I put them out there. And I was like, no, I think I ate those. I'm pretty sure I ate those. So I buy the sheet pan vegetables and it's a Costco size bag. So it's huge.
Yeah.
I bring it into the house. And while I'm cleaning out the fridge and putting the groceries away, Justin brings in not 1, not 2, but 2.5 bags of sheet pan vegetables from the outside freezer. And I was like, this is why you need to make me a list of the things that he's like, when you bring them home, I put them in the outside freezer. I was like, this is why I don't know they're there. This is why, because I never go in that freezer. I do not, because I don't think there's things in there. Like, we need a menu of what is in the Stop moving things. I have them there for a reason. I need them right on top so that I remember to eat them.
I really want to buy those magnets that they make for people with ADHD that like are just different food items. And you put them on the fridge when they're in the fridge, and then you take them away when they're not. Yeah. I need that.
I know. I need like a menu or something. Yeah.
We do have to give it to Justin there. He gets the point for that one.
Don't tell him that.
Oh, I won't. Stays between you and me and all of our listeners.
Nobody tell him.
Nobody tell him. One thing about our partners, they are not listening to this podcast. They get enough of us. Okay, did we do it?
I think we did it.
I'm proud of us.
I hope you enjoy the kitchen. MGK, if you're listening, slide into the DMs. We'd love to have you as a guest on the pod.
And that's another $10 for Planned Parenthood.
Okay, he did admit that he channeled his new album through the Akashic Records, so I feel like we could relevancy here. I have to shoot my shot.
I'm skeptical. Anyways, if you'd like to pre-order Mundane Magic, you can do so anywhere where you get books, but we do love to recommend getting it from your favorite local indie bookstore. And if you would like to join the virtual book tour event, you can pre-order your book from either Spellcrafter or The Healing Hedge Witch. Links will be below.
Okay, love
you. Bye.
The kitchen is the cauldron of creation. Energetically, this is where I should mention you can pre-order my book.
Oh, yeah, that would be a really smart thing to plug here. Can I do an ad for Mundane Magic?
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think I can off the cuff. I'm not a good improviser.
Fuck, marry, kill, MGK, Mundane Magic, Puxatawny Phil.
But again, you're making it about animal abuse. I have to kill MGK there.
How dare you?
Do you want me to kill Puxatawny Phil? Or do you want me to kill your book?
Oh my God. It's an impossible choice.
I love you, but I will not kill a groundhog to save MGK in this fictional scenario. I will not kill an unsuspecting groundhog. You can't make me.
I want a shirt that says, I will not kill a groundhog to save MGK in this fictional scenario.
Christmas is right around the corner.
Tell Drew, I want on the merch list. Thanks for listening to Demystify Magic with Molly and Madison. If you want to learn more about us, you can find all our links in the show notes.
We'd love to know what you think of today's episode, so drop us a review or give us a shout out on social media. And don't forget to let us know your magical moment of the week. Okay, love you. Bye.
This episode is brought to you by Marshalls, where you never have to compromise between quality and price. The buyers at Marshalls hustle hard, working to bring you great deals on brand name and designer pieces. Because Marshalls believes everyone deserves access to the good stuff. Visit a Marshalls store near you or shop online at marshalls.com.